Hello everyone, my name is Carrington Materno, and today I'm going to be talking about a really interesting idea, being whether employees managing themselves is actually a good thing, using W.L. Gore and Associates as an example. Most organizations follow the same basic structure. Managers give directions, employees follow them, and decisions move from the top down. But what if you remove that completely? W.L. Gore does exactly that. Instead of managers, they rely on self managing teams where employees organize their own work and make decisions together. At first, that sounds like it could either be really empowering or completely chaotic. So, the big question is, can employees actually function effectively without managers, or does this kind of system only work in specific situations? That is what I will be exploring today. This matters because workplaces are starting to change. Employees want more independence, companies want more innovation, and traditional management styles are being questioned more than ever. So, understanding how self managed teams works helps us see whether future working might actually look like. W.L. Gore and Associates is a global company best known for for products like Gore-Tex. But honestly, what makes them stand out isn't just what they make, it is how they operate. Instead of having a traditional hierarchy, they rely on small, self managed teams where employees take an active role in decisions. That is what makes them such a strong example for this topic. What's interesting is that over the past several years, Gore hasn't moved away from the system. They've continued to grow with it. They've expanded globally, stayed focused on innovation, and maintained strong employee satisfaction. This consistency shows that their structure isn't just different, it's actually working long term. So, what exactly are self managed teams? Basically, they are groups of employees who take responsibility that managers would normally handle, like planning, organizing, and making decisions. Instead of being told what to do, employees figure it out together. According to the text, this can increase motivation and performance because people feel more connected to their work. But at the same time, that also means more responsibility, and not everyone is comfortable with that. At Gore, there's no official bosses or traditional job titles. Teams make decisions together, and leadership is based more on trust and influence rather than authority. So instead of being told what to do, employees are expected to step up and take initiative, which can be empowering but also demanding. One of the biggest reasons this works is because employees feel a real sense of ownership. They're proud of their work. When you're part of the decision making process, you're naturally more invested in the outcome. It also creates a space where people feel more comfortable sharing ideas, which leads to more innovation. Research shows this, showing that organizations like this perform better when employees are empowered. But here's the other side, this only works if you have the right people. If employees aren't self motivated or do not communicate well, this system could actually fall apart pretty quickly. Since there aren't any traditional managers, something has to take their place, and that's culture. At Gore, culture also acts almost like an invisible structure. Instead of rules and supervision, employees rely on shared values, trust, and accountability. Research shows that cultures play a huge role at keeping organizations like this functioning. So even though it looks like there's no structure, there actually is. It's just less visible and behind the scenes. Self-managed teams can create strong collaborations because everyone is working closely together. But at the same time, it puts more pressure on employees. There's no manager to step in during conflicts, so teams have to figure it out themselves. Studies show that trust and understanding really affects both performance and how employees feel at work. So, depending on the team, this system can either really feel supportive or feel very stressful. There are definitely some strong benefits to this structure. Employees tend to be more engaged because they feel ownership over their work. It also encourages them to share more freedom with their ideas. And because teams rely on each other, collaboration tends to be stronger. Overall, it can lead to higher job satisfaction because employees feel more innovative and valued. Also, they end up making stronger connections with their coworkers. But it's not perfect. Decision making can take longer, and without a clear leader, it can be harder to resolve disagreements. Also, not everyone thrives in this kind of environment. Some people prefer structure and clear direction, and with that, they may struggle. Research shows that self-managed teams still need support and structure to succeed. They just don't work automatically. Personally, I do not think I would work very well in this environment. I am someone that most definitely enjoys structure, having someone to report to or be the person that people are reporting to. I do also see how it would be challenging in this. I think for a little while it'd be nice to work in this kind of organizational way, but for long term, I don't think it would be good for my personal stress. However, I do feel like I understand it'd be the right fit for some people. So overall, W.L. Gore shows that employees can manage themselves, but only under the right conditions. It really depends on strong culture, trust, and having the right people in place. So instead of replacing management completely, this approach just changes what management looks like. And I think that's what makes it so interesting, and it challenges what we normally expect from organizations. Thank you.